Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to discuss on a new cell organelles, cell vacuum. As students, we were discussed in the previous lectures. Cell vacuums are the kind of structures which are only found in any plant cell. It means they are absent in animal cell. But instead of cell vacuum in animal cells, the many number of spherical shaped structures are found. These structures are known as spherosomes. Now let us first talk about cell vacuum. Here I take a rough diagram of a plant cell to locate the position of cell vacuum inside a plant cell. Generally, cell vacuums are found close to the nucleus of a plant cell. It is in large shape, sac-like, unit membranous structure that is called cell vacuum. The membrane through which it is made up of, or you can say that it is bounded, that is called tomoplast. Inside the tomoplast, a fluid-like substance is filled, that is called cell sac. Cell sac contains about 90 to 95% water, enzymes, amino acids, and a very important type of pigment that is called anthocyanin pigment. Anthocyanin pigment. This pigment provides the purple color to the various part of the plant body, such as the peel of brinjal is appearing purple or dark blue due to presence of anthocyanin pigment. Likewise, some flowers petals appears purple in color due to presence of this anthocyanin pigment that is found in cell sac. Now we discuss about the function of cell vacuum. Function of cell vacuum. Students, cell vacuums are mainly known as the water reservoir of the plant cell. How it is called water reservoir of the plant cell? Because it contains about 90% fluid of the cytoplasm inside its membrane, and when the droughty condition take place for long duration of time, then it supplies the water to the various part of the cell organelles to perform all kinds of vital and metabolic activities. So students, the cell vacuums are known as the water reservoir of the plants. During the droughty condition, the inner cytoplasmic membrane of the cell get flaccid and it get contract on the inner wall. This phenomenon is known as plasmolysis. It means during that time the cytoplasmic membrane get shrink near to the wall, and lack of water said to be plasmolysis phenomena. Now students, I take the another type of cell organelle of unit membranous structure peroxisome. Peroxisomes are very minute spherical structures. Their sizes varies from 0.1 to 0.3 micrometer in diameter. These structures are mainly found in the liver and kidney cells, which was firstly disposed by Tolbert. Tolbert in 1969 discovered these spherical shaped minute structures inside the liver cells, and he was an anatomist. While working on the liver cells, he observed that many minute spherical bodies are present inside these cells, and thereafter these structures also found inside the kidney cells. Now he gave the names of these minute spherical shaped body as peroxisome because they are helpful in the cellular oxidation process. They are helpful in the cellular oxidation process due to containing more than 500 types of amino acids and enzymes. Thus, students, the main function of the peroxisome is to perform or help in the process of cellular respiration. Now, here we are going to discuss about the double unit membranous structure. Unit membranous structure, or you can say that cell organelles. I first take plastic among the double unit membranous structure. First I take plastic. Students, the term plastic means the dyes or coloring agent. Dyes or coloring agent. As this sequence reveals that these are the kind of cell organelles which are mainly known for to provide various color to the parts of plant body. It was firstly discovered by A.F.W.S. Simple. A.F.W.S. Simple firstly discovered the plastics, and he also explained about the importance of this peculiar cell organelles. The plastics are oval or spherical shaped double membranous structures. They in primary form called protoplastic, and from protoplastic on maturation during the passage of time they are changed into various types of plastics, which are mainly classified into three types. First, the chloroplast. Second is chromoplast, and the third one is leucoplast. That is the second, and here I mention The third, leucoplast, that is proplastic. It means, students, all kinds of plastids are originated from a primary form of plastid that is called proplastic. How? I will tell ahead. Proplastic. First, I know about why this is called chloroplast, that is called chromoplast, and this is called leucoplast. Students, these terms are taken from the Greek word chlor, that means green, and plast means pigment. Thus, the chloroplasts are green color type of plastids. They provide green color to the various part of the plant body. They are generally found in the newly developed branches and part of the plants, as well as in abundant form into the leaves. Thus, students, the color of this plastid is green due to presence of chlorophyll molecules. Due to presence of chlorophyll molecules, the color of plastids appear green in color. Now, here I take chromoplast. The term chromoplast is also derived from the Greek word chrome, that means colored. That means colored, and plast means pigment. Plast means pigment. It means chromoplasts are the kind of plastids which provides various type of colors to the different plants' body parts, such as the peel of the fruits appears a specific color. Taken the example of banana, yellow color, apple, the peel of apple appears red color. Likewise, tomato also appears unripened red color. These colors of these peels, as well as some petals of the flowers, due to presence of chromoplast, because it provides the various types of color to the different plant body parts. Now, taken leucoplast, it is also a Greek word, taken from the Greek word leukos, that means white. White are colorless. White are colorless, and plast means pigment. Thus, students, leucoplasts are white color or colorless plastids, and they are mainly found into the seeds of all types of plants on the basis of storage of specific types of substances. The leucoplasts are next classified into three types. First, amyloplast. Next, elaioplast. Next, proteinoplast. Amyloplast, elaioplast, and proteinoplast. Then, first we are talking about the amyloplast. Students, the term amyl, A-M-Y-L, amyl denotes the starch. What? The term amide means starch and plast means pigment. These are the kind of leucoplasts which are generally found inside the grains, seed grains, and they are responsible for the storage of starch or carbohydrate like substances. Next, elaioplast. The term elaio means lipid. It means they are found in the seeds which are oil-yielding seeds. For example, mustard, groundnut, and various sunflower and various types of the seeds. The elaioplast are present that helps in storage of the lipids or oil-like substances. Next is proteinoplast. As the term proteinoplast very clearly illustrate that these types of leucoplasts are responsible for the storage of protein. Many more about students chloroplast and the diagrammatic representation of the chloroplast. We will discuss about this topic in next lecture. Thanks students for joining today's class.